How do you not feel like the Utah Utes got hosed by the Pac-12?
The proper nomenclature is piped.
No, how do you not feel like the Utes didn't get piped by the Pac-12?
Yeah.
Let's talk Pac-12 football on the Monty Show. Football 50 presented by Papa Murphy's Pizza. Use the promo code Monty25 to get 25% off your purchase. $25 or more. The Pac-12 released their schedule. By the way, a lot of people ask me about the Big 12. As of last Thursday, I think it was, I was told that the Big 12 is still working through Texas and Oklahoma leaving early, but that it could be literally any day that schedule gets released. So the answer is I have no idea when that schedule is coming out, but they have the schedule. I was point blank told the Big 12 has a schedule written for Texas and Oklahoma and without Texas and Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all that works out. Here's Utah's schedule. Home for Florida, September 2nd. At Baylor, September 9th. Weber at home. UCLA at home. At Oregon State, they're off on October 2nd. You are 3-2. Because I can't believe that you're going to go to Baylor and Oregon State and win.
Yeah.
Baylor on September 9th is going to be very difficult. You're going to beat Florida. I think you're going to beat Weber. You're going to beat UCLA. I think Oregon State and Baylor are critical games right out of the gate. Best case scenario, I think you lose that Oregon State game and you run the table up to Oregon State. And then off the bye, you'll beat Cal at home. And then you got to go October 21st to Los Angeles to take on USC. Then you come right back home for Oregon. So let me get this right. Off of the bye, it's Cal. That's a win. At USC, that's probably a loss. And then you're right home for Oregon. Oh, did I mention that then you're right back home for Arizona State and then you travel to Washington?
Yeah.
My God, were you, when they were writing the schedule, do you think they were like, oh my God, hot poker in the butthole, Utes are screwed?
Yeah, I think it says...
What is this?
I think it says on this schedule, I think they wrote out Bohica, right? Because this schedule is incredibly difficult. This schedule is, it is what you would expect, I guess, on some level, but the way that this pans out with travel and for example, their non-conference games. Having Florida and Baylor, that is two really difficult games. If this past season you didn't have, the gimme games early in the year, where would you have been? So to me, I look at this and I say, man, this is difficult, bro. This is difficult.
Oh, by the way, but USC's got piped as well, right?
Yeah,
USC got cored out in the schedule.
They're staying in the conference and they're going to be the heart of the Pac-10, right?
Yeah, you got to take care of USC.
Yeah.
So it's San Jose State at home, Nevada at home, Stanford at home, and then a bye week.
So you
September
don't even
9th.
leave. You don't even go anywhere.
You don't go on the road. You don't leave the Coliseum until September 23rd at Arizona State. Then you're at Colorado, home for Arizona, at Notre Dame October 14th, home for Utah, at Cal, home for Washington, at Arizona, home for UCLA. And oh, by the way, did I mention they threw in an extra bye week, November 25th?
Yeah, you said they're at Oregon. At Oregon.
At Oregon on
Oregon.
the 11th.
Yeah.
And then home for UCLA.
Yeah.
Bye week before the Pac-12 championship game.
Which they will likely be in.
That's crazy. Although it feels like there's some, to me, it feels, this is the schedule that should win you the Pac-12 championship and put you into the college football playoff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you now, are there Lincoln Riley losses on that schedule? I don't know. Let's talk about Washington's schedule. You want to talk about, and maybe somebody just doesn't like Washington Huskies.
Water.
The Washington Huskies. Boise at home on September 2nd. Tulsa at home. At Michigan State. Home for Cal. At Arizona, bye week. And here's where Bohica slides in. Oregon, Arizona State, at Stanford, at USC, Utah, at Oregon State, Washington State. The second half of the season for Washington.
Yeah, you're done.
October 14th to November 25th. Oregon, Arizona State, at Stanford, at USC, Utah, at Oregon State, at Washington State.
Yeah, good luck.
Peace out, bro. You're not going to the
I'm
Pac-12
really
championship.
glad that
You're not.
really thrilled that USC is going to win the Pac-12 championship again.
And the other one that I think you have to look at is Oregon, obviously, right? You look at Oregon, and you tell me if this is a tough schedule or not. Portland at home at Texas Tech. You're Oregon, you should win that game. Hawaii at Autzen Stadium.
Hawaii.
Colorado at home at Stanford bye week. At Washington, Washington State, at Utah, Cal, USC, at Arizona State, Oregon State. That's not the worst schedule, but that's not an easy schedule.
How good is Colorado going to be?
Well, that's a big question. That's a big question. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. And I look at some of this nonsense, and then I look at Arizona State's schedule. Southern Utah, the Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds.
Home for Southern Utah. Home for Oklahoma State, Fresno State, USC, and then you finally go on the road September 30th at Cal before you come back home and welcome Prime in the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah.
So that's a meat grinder schedule. And then your second half is at Washington, home for Washington State, at Utah, at UCLA, Oregon, Arizona.
Yeah.
In a rebuilding program at Arizona State. I don't know what the Pac-12 was doing when they made these schedules, but that's crazy to me.
I just don't understand why you would cater towards SC. I don't get that.
I don't know either. Like, it is, dude, I don't know why you gave Arizona or USC a pass. Because I feel like the USC schedule's the cake of all the big dads.
Yeah.
Like, that's just crazy.
Yep, it is.
It's crazy.
100%.
And I don't understand it. I really don't. Lewis says the Big Ten has to coddle them or they will cry foul.
Right.
Okay. Alan Corbin says Utah goes 9-3 next season at best. Meanwhile, UGA gets 11 glorified scrimmages for their title defense. You want to know? Dude, you're not even joking. You're not even joking. Has anybody seen Georgia's schedule for next year? You want to talk about three-peat? Georgia's got UT Martin, Ball State.
I thought you said UT Martin.
Yeah, the Skyhawks.
What?
They've got UT Martin, Ball State, South Carolina, UAB, at Auburn, Kentucky, at Vandy, bye week, at Florida, Missouri, Ole Miss, at Tennessee, at Georgia Tech.
What kind of ripoff is this?
Dude.
Bro, what?
If you don't run the table, I mean, you're clearly the most talented team, the best team in the country. That's an undefeated schedule.
Yeah.
You don't have a tough, who's your best home game? You don't have some crazy home game. The Florida game, that's the biggest, well, no, that's the game. You're not allowed to call it the biggest cocktail party anymore. Florida, Georgia, and Jacksonville, October 28th. But yeah, I guess Ole Miss on Saturday, November 11th, but Lane Train hasn't convinced anybody.
Lane Train.
Right? You have some tough road games, but notably not on your schedule. Alabama's not on your schedule.
Which they should be.
Every year, but they're not. Right? It just is remarkable to me how this is set up for the big dogs to eat.
Yeah.
It's set up for the big dogs to eat. I don't know how else you explain it.
Yeah.
I really don't. And It is frustrating as hell. And when I'm really frustrated and I need awesomeness, I'm getting an XLNY from Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
Like our $9.99 XLNY pizza. It's everything you'd expect from a classic New York-style pizza, hot and fresh out of your oven.
Order now at papamurphys.com.